Hi guys and welcome. These are your handover videos for your Bailey Phoenix 420. So, starting off at the front, you've got your hitch head just here, black lever, handbrake, your jockey wheel which is used to level the caravan, and your 13-pin electrics. Now, 2 points either side, 2 points at the back, you have ports for your legs. Your legs are only used to stabilise the caravan. Do not attempt to jack up the caravan or level the caravan using the legs. First level using your jockey wheel and then stabilise using all four corner steadies. Now, coming along this side, just here you have your point for your electrics to be plugged in. It's just a case of plugging it in and that will begin to feed electric through. Also just mentioned, breakaway cable just looped over the top. Now, starting off first, this point is where you'll plug in for your water. Now, we're not running any water through at the moment just because of the temperatures. However, with this, it's a case I'll show you what the pump looks like inside. You slot it in and make sure it's nice and firmly in. You can't remove it without pressing in on the trigger. There's also a plastic cap to go over the top of your rack roll and a strainer as well. The strainer has to sit at the bottom of the barrel. Motor mover, I'll show you how to operate that on the day. This just here, this is your flue. Now your flue is used to get clean air in and out of your boiler whilst you are using gas capacity. Don't have to do anything with this except make sure it's nice, clean and tidy. Just here, you've got 2 points and this is where your wastewater will come out of. So from both your sinks and your shower, you'll need some 28.5mm waste pipes to feed into a wastemaster. Just here, got your gas bottle locker. As you can see, you've got a gas bottle just here with a gas hose connected into the bottle and then onto the regulator just here. Make sure both sides are firmly connected. Get yourself a spanner to just make sure it's nice and tight, and then twist the gas bottle in either the positive or open direction, depends on what the gas bottle says. But just here you've got your toilet stuff. So this top one, this is where your flush is for your toilet. So, watering can will work perfectly fine to feed some water into here. You can also put a little bit of pink chemical if you'd like it to smell a bit nicer. Works similar to a bleach without being corrosive. And it just feeds into here. It can hold around 10 litres of water. Then just below it, you have your point for your cassette for your toilets. Now, you can see here you've got an orange handle which is currently sat behind these white teeth. When you want to remove this to empty it out, you press up on the orange handle and pull it out. Now, you can fully pull this orange handle up and it will turn into a little bit of a suitcase. Now, just put this on the floor for a second. When you get to your emptying point on site, you want to twist that orange head to the side, open up that cap, tilt, and at the same time as tilting, continually pressing that vent button. Now, once you've done that one time, I do recommend swilling it out with some fresh water just to make it smell a bit nicer, which you can open up using that cap here and twisting that to the side. However, you don't have to do that for just regular toilet operation. But as I said, tilt and vent. Then on this cap here, you have measurements both imperial and metric, and that is for your blue chemical. Blue chemical goes back into there. Twist your head back to the central position and push it back so that orange handle sits behind those white teeth. Now, you don't want to travel with either of these too full, so to fully empty that, I've just shown you there. And then just hidden away here, you have this bung here, which you open up to fully empty out any remaining water left in there. We will have drained off the entirety of the caravan before you have left. Now, just to show you what I was alluding to outside with your point for your water, this is your water pump. So you plug it in outside, then it works on a trigger system. If you want to remove it, you press in on the trigger and pull out. You can't remove it without that. You have this plastic cap to go over the top of the yak roll to make sure no nastiness gets in. And then at the bottom here, you have your strainer. Your Your strainer has to sit at the bottom of the water barrel, as otherwise no water will be able to come through. It will just gasp through air. They do have a little bit of a tendency, as you can see, to curl up a bit, so make sure you straighten it out before you use it. Then underneath the right hand side bed, you have this black box here, which is your boiler. And then just here you have your yellow switch valve. That yellow switch valve is used to drain out any water that is inside the caravan, as it's currently in the vertical position. Now from November to March, I'd recommend having this up almost permanently unless you are actively using the caravan, or anytime you just come out of sight or something like that. When you want water to flow through the caravan, you switch it to the horizontal position. Now that can be horizontal either side, and then you keep it in that position. We're going to keep it in the vertical position for you guys, just to drain out any water that might be in the system. Make sure that you do have it drained off, especially in the winter, so the pipes don't freeze over. Then underneath the other side, you have these operations here. So first up, you've got your trips and fuses. As you can see, all your trips are in the upright position and all the necessary fuses are there. If you need a little bit more information about trips and fuses, there is some in your handbook. Then you have this black box here, which is your brain box for your motor mover, and then your ignition switch just here. I will show you how the motor mover works on the day of collection, but that just slots into there, and I'll keep it there just for now. Okay, then we have the hob, the grill and the oven. So the grill and oven are on a mixed system, and then the hob is as is. It's a case you have to press in on the dial, twist it to the side, you hear the gas come through, and at the same time you have to press in on this dial here. So I'll show you what these look like when they're lit. Here you can see nice blue clean continuous flames, and to turn them off you just flick it back to the central position. Then again for the grill, and you can see here for the grill, both sides nice and lit, just have to twist the dial to the side. Then for the oven, it's a case of doing it the other side, pressing, holding it in, and you'll get it nice and lit. Turn it off, back to the central position. Only other real thing to note, don't put that glass sheet down until all of those are cold to the touch. Okay, next up we have this, which is your main control board. You've got your mains power switch. Without that being switched on, nothing inside the caravan will be able to operate. You have your lights just here, so on and off, and then you have your awning light here, so it's currently switched on. And then outside you can see that all working. You also have this button here, which I press on, and you can see the amount of volts coming into the caravan, and that is 13.5. If you didn't have mains plugged in, that would be an accurate representation of what is coming in from the leisure battery. Only other real switch to note is this one here. Now this is your water pump switch. That being said, when you press that down, make sure that you have your yellow switch in the horizontal position, and that you are plugged in to water with that water pump and an aqua full of clean drinking water. What you'll want to do is press that down. If you haven't used the caravan in a while, I'd recommend waiting 2 or 3 minutes to just allow the water to circulate through. You want to come over to your taps, open up both the taps, make sure everything is being nice and continuous. Let the taps run for about 30 seconds. So that is how to operate this board. Then here you have your Truma control panel, which is for both your heating and your hot water. So we'll go to this green screen just when it's not being operated for a while, just so it doesn't annoy you whilst you sleep. Press it in, it will flash up below. Anything underneath that line is what you can select. Use the dial to twist side to side, and then you've got a back button just here. So press that in. We'll start our first caravan with the thermometer in it. This is for the internal temperature of the caravan that you desire. Starts at 5 degrees and the maximum is 30 degrees. Now, when you want to select the temperature that you'd like, you press in on the dial. Then if I go back onto it, you can see it's set to 30. Now, it's not an instant process. It will take a little bit of time for it to reach that 30 mark. But what you'll want to do is just select it and just let it run its course. Next up, thermometer with the water. This is for your water heat. So you can either have it off, eco, hot, or boost. Eco will get it the water to about 40 degrees. Boost will boost the water temperature up to 60, which is the same temperature as hot, for about 15 minutes, and then it will cut back down to eco. Just ideal for if you wanted to use the shower in the morning or something like that. Then you have your energy source. So you can either have strictly gas, a mixture of gas with 1 or 2 kilowatts, electric with 1 or 2 kilowatts, and this is for the source that is used for your heating and hot water. Whatever you want, you select. So you can either run strictly main, strictly gassed, or a mixture of both. Then you have your fan speed. You have, as you can see just here, these series of fans jotted across the caravan. You will either have the choice of eco or high. High will shoot out the heater fast, meaning it should heat up the caravan quicker. Next up, this icon here. This allows you to set a timer for when you want the water and heating to come on. So first select if you want 12 or 24-hour clock, and then you can set it for when you're wanting to have the water come on and the heat come on, just so that you're not wasting any energy or gas. And if you're away from the caravan for a period of time, allows you to heat it up as well. Then you've got your time, which you could set, which isn't 11 minutes to 1. And then you have additional settings: temperature, brightness, 12 or 24-hour clock, language, index, and reset. If you'd like to know a little bit more information about it, you've got plenty of information in your book pack to have a look at. And when you want to turn this off, press and hold in on the middle dial, turns itself off. Then we've got your gas cooker. Now this works very similar to any type of standard gas cooker that you may have at home. Only real difference, it's got an electric plate. With the electric plate, you select it to the gas mark that you want. You can see that icon will pop up and that will get to the desired temperature. Everything else works on your gas system. It's a case of pressing in this button here, twisting whilst pressing in the dial, and you can hear the gas come through. You want to do both of them at the same time, and this is what it looks like when they're all lit. And what you're wanting to see is these nice steady blue continuous flames. Then to turn it off, just flick it back to the central position, switches itself off. Then again for the grill. Then for the grill, you can see both sides nice and lit. And oven, there you can see that nice and lit. Only other real thing to note, don't put down this glass sheet until all of these are cold to the touch. Then for your toilet operation, it is well simple. So you have this button right here, which I press in, and you can hear that motor whir. That motor is what would kick in to push the flush capacity around the toilet. Then when you want to empty whatever you've done in the toilet, push the catch away, opens up the cassette toilet below, fling it back and shuts it up. Then you have your fridge operation. So fridge is currently off, so I'll show you how to set it up from nothing. You can see no lights coming inside. Flick it once, you have mains, you have car battery, and you have gas. Whenever it's flicked on, you can see the light comes on inside. Now for mains, you just have to flick it to the side once you're plugged in with mains. I am shaking a lot. For car battery, you flick it to that icon here. And then for gas, it is slightly different. So gas, you flick it down, and you have to use these two buttons here. This one is like how much power you want coming into the fridge. thicker the bar, the more power coming in. This here is a gas igniter. Now what you have to do is press in on both of them. Whilst pressing in, you will see that red line begin to go into the green. What you want is for it nice and firmly into the green. So press and hold. I've done it once already, so it should do it nice and quick. And there you can see, nice and firm into the green, even when I let go. Then when I change it to mains, for example, you can see it does flick over. Now, for mains, you don't have to do any of that. You just choose the amount that you want, and same for car battery. Then turn it off, flick it back to the central position, lights are off, and that's how to operate it.